Hi team, Mary here at Southern California Apartment Group's headquarters, Shant Sherbetdjian's office. How you doing, Shant?
Great, how are you doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday,
All right.
yes. We just got a letter in the mail from the city of Los Angeles. It's called the Landlord Final Notification, and I got pretty excited. And I figured, why not just do a quick video on this? A little bit of background history as to why this letter came. 2 years ago, Shant and I purchased an 8-unit apartment building in the city of Los Angeles. I'm going to let you get into that.
Right, so we had sold a fourplex that we had in East LA. We got out of unincorporated rent control. Then we ended up getting into LA City rent control, which is funny enough. But it was a nice deal. It was an 8-unit building, 9,500 rentable square feet, built in 1974.
Huge units.
All 2 and 3 bedroom units. Yeah, very large. For sale by the original builder. It's a great building, but looking at the deal, after doing our inspection, we knew that there were some money that had to be spent on the building to bring it up. So I'll let Mary get into that.
Yeah, and being that there were tenants that have been there for 15 plus years, the rent's very low in comparison to what's out there in the market. We had some challenges facing us with some repairs that needed to be done. Knowing what we're going to get into, we first decided to move forward with some huge capital improvements, and we wanted to replumb the entire building. So this is 8 units. Each unit has 2 bathrooms inside. So think about it being a very extensive replumb job, but it had to be done. So how do we recover some of these costs? So you've got low-paying rent tenants.
Right, low-paying tenants.
I can't increase their rent because it is under Los Angeles's rent control. So what can...
Utilities that outpace the rent growth.
Yes.
Utility costs that outpace the rent growth, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, just a bunch of different challenges. So
how can a landlord in this situation recover some of these costs, right? Well, the city of Los Angeles has a program what's called the Capital Improvement Program. This actually we were unaware of until someone brought this to our attention, being that we're in the business ourselves. It's pretty hush-hush, so I want to be able to broadcast this out to the rest of our other landlord and housing providers. This is an option for you. The Capital Improvement Program splits the cost of approvable expenditures 50-50 between the landlord and all tenants benefiting from the improvement. Landlords are required to obtain the approval of the tenant before making a capital improvement. A capital improvement is defined by the RSO as the addition or replacement of the following improvements to a rental unit or common areas of the housing complex containing the rental units. Eligible improvements include the complete exterior painting of the building, landscaping, flooring, fixtures, doors, windows, fences, security items, meter conversions, major appliances, screens, windows, coverings, and much, much more. The improvement must also meet the following criteria. The improvement primarily benefits the tenant. The improvement will last for 5 or more years. The improvement is primarily fixed in place or relatively immobile. The improvement was completed within 12 months of the date of the landlord's application, and the improvement is not normal or routine maintenance or repair. So back to our building, the 8 units in Los Angeles, we had a major replumb of the building. All copper plumbing was installed. It was about a month-long job. It is definitely not routine maintenance. It is a major capital improvement, and the cost of that was around $80,000. All that was paid up front to the contractor. Now, what was our option, and what could we have done to recover this? We then came across this capital improvement program. Step 1 was to go ahead and complete the application online. I will provide you guys with the link in the description below. The application is pretty self-explanatory. It would require permits that you had needed to pull, or your contractor needed to pull, and the permit must have been signed off by the building and safety saying that the job has been completed. I like to say this because this is one of the things that they do ask for. In addition to that, please make sure that you guys get all your invoices and all the checks that you paid towards those invoices cleared, a copy of them, and those will also be uploaded into the application portal. It's pretty easy to do. You do also have an option to sending this stuff in the mail. Now, once your application has been submitted online, you will then be assigned a case analyst with a case number, and that will come to you via email. That whole application process took us around 3 to 4 months to complete. But remember, you have 1 year until the completion date of your capital improvement to submit this application. If your
From the completion date.
From the completion date. If your capital improvement was over a year ago and you just found out about this program, I'm sorry, your application may be denied. For those who have completed a capital improvement within a year of completion, I strongly suggest you move forward with trying to get this application to go through. So for us, 4 months later, we got what's called a landlord final notification. Have a look. The landlord final notification, you'll see it's the owner, property address, case number, case analyst, case status, which is now closed, date of the application, the total cost, and the total cost recovered. Now remember, it is up to 50% of the total cost that can be allocated to the tenant. In our case, it's a little less than 50%. Our total cost was $88,000. We're recovering $36,000, which then gets split up between 8 tenants. All 8 tenants have an approved increase of $55 monthly charge, and an approved number of months, you'll see it says 82 months. And the final month's increase shows $45.
So in a nutshell, we have an $88,000 project. We have $36,000 coming back, so it costs $52,000.
Right, to have the entire building replumbed. Now it is a cost that is recovered throughout time, but it is a cost that is recovered, which is good news.
Now this particular building, we had the pleasure of also changing the roof on it. So that was, I think, near 70,000 or so.
76,000.
And Mal, Mary, you're in the middle of the paperwork for that.
Now I'm in the middle of the paperwork, gathering all the paperwork to submit the application online for the capital improvements program. I'm anticipating another 12 more weeks for me to be assigned a case analyst, in which after that another 4 more months where my approval will come through to where I can allocate the cost to this to the tenants. Now, the tenant will have a line item on their rental invoice, which will be their base rent, and will also include a capital improvements rental increase on a separate line item. And for each capital improvement rental increase will have its own separate line item. So my next month's rent will include base rent along with a capital improvement increase for the plumbing at $55 a month for each tenant.
Fantastic.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's great getting a little bit of the money back. And obviously the cost for all these type of improvements have gone up drastically over the years. So anything that helps is something that's welcomed with open arms.
Right. Absolutely. Any further questions about this capital improvements program, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at our office. Our contact information is found in the description below. We look forward to assisting you. Call us or text us anytime.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.